This ship was less than 4 years old. Nothing hit her. No storm, no fire. She was lost because of a shortcut. In the year before, 280 ships took the same one out of this bay. Every one of them got away with it. Stella Banner did not. This is the flag state investigation. It does not assign blame, and neither does this video. Stella Banner. A very large ore carrier, built in 2016 by Hyundai Heavy Industries at Gunsan, Korea. 328 meters long, 55 in the beam. 300,000 tons deadweight, in 7 holds. Marshall Islands flag, Korean register class, managed by Paul Aries Shipping. 20 crew, for more than required. On the 24th of February 2020 she sailed for Qingdao with 294,000 tons of iron ore. Drafts, 21.3 forward, 21.5 amidships. She never left Brazil. This is the Bay of São Marcos, and this is the problem with it. A buoyed channel 55 miles long, threading sandbanks that move. At its narrowest it is 500 meters wide. On the south side the shoal is 13 to 16 meters, on the north, 19. At the seaward end it crosses a sandbar. Charted depth there, 16.8 to 19.8 meters. A ship drawing 21.5 cannot cross that on charted depth. She has to borrow the tide. Which is why 2 anchorages exist here, for deep ships to sit and wait for high water. Remember them. The passage plan was written by the second officer, reviewed by 2 others, approved by the master. Everything the system asked for. The planned route, stay in the marked channel, all the way out. It flagged the sandbar crossing as needing particular attention. So the second officer did the arithmetic. Static draft 21.5. Squat at 5 knots, 42 centimeters. Heel, 25 more. Dynamic draft, 22.17 meters. Against a controlling depth of 23.78, that left 1.61 meters under the keel. Then the chart quality correction. These soundings carry a zone of confidence of B. Category B means the depth may be out by a meter plus 2%, and the position by 50. Corrected, the water under a 300,000-ton ship was 24 centimeters. The tide figures had a problem too. High water at the terminal was predicted for 20:01. At the entrance buoys it comes 75 minutes earlier, at 60% of the height. Corrected, high water there was 1846. The calculation used the uncorrected figure. The pilots were due at 13:30. They boarded at 14:11. She sailed 40 minutes late, and nobody recalculated the tide. 14:42. Stella Banner let go, loaded, and headed down the bay. 15:24, pilots away. The master was now in direct command of the ship's movements, with the chief officer on watch and a rating at the wheel. Clear skies, northeasterly force 4, seas of 1 to 2 meters. 1800, past the first anchorage. 1845, past the second. 11 knots, both times. The master decided not to wait. He expected to reach the sandbar near high water. High water at the entrance had already passed, at 1846. The sandbar was still 20 miles ahead. Just before 2000 the third officer took the watch. 2 minutes later the master called the second officer up for 2100. According to the report, he expected that they would keep going. 20:07. The echo sounder is switched from the 50-meter scale to the 100, inside the 50-meter conto. 20:30, buoy number 6. The plan says come left to 029, and slow to 10 knots. She held 057. 11 knots. Straight out of the channel. The reasoning was not unreasonable. High water had gone, and outside the channel the chart showed more than 20 meters. The new course was laid off with a bearing line. It was never plotted. Not on the screen, not on paper. The master did not say why. The third officer did not ask. Nor did the second officer when he came up at 21:15. The report calls this a breakdown in bridge teamwork, and points at the company too. Its procedures never said what the rest of the bridge should do when the master is running the ship himself. The third officer had 2 months in rank and had never been here before. Neither had the helmsman. Now the part that has nothing to do with that bridge. There is a 20-meter shoal out here. On the Brazilian electronic chart it is a solid line, half a mile square. On the British chart of the same water it is dashed, and 1.6 miles by 2.3. Under international standards, a dashed contour is not decoration. It means the survey behind it is inadequate. These soundings were taken between 1970 and 1976. And she was moving. At 10 knots, squat for this hull is about 1.7 meters. That put her deepest point near 23 meters. Anything shallower, and she touches. 21:28. Speed falls from around 12 knots to 9 and recovers in under a minute. 21:30. The whole ship shakes. Off-duty crew wake in their cabins. Forward, the echo sounder shows 3 dashes. Aft, 8 meters. Bilge and tank alarms go off together, forward and aft. 21:33. Revolutions drop, speed falls to 7 knots, and the recorder catches the master reading the depth aloud. 2.3 meters? Her position, plotted on the British chart, is inside the 20-meter contour. On the electronic chart the shoal is a mile to starboard. Port 10. Engines to maneuvering. Men forward to sound the forepeak and stand by the anchor. 21:40. Air is forcing out of the forepeak sounding pipe. Then out of the manhole cover. 22:11. She anchors. Flooding in the forepeak, the double bottom, and 2 starboard ballast tanks. By 2300 the water inside is rising 2 meters an hour. Class ran the damage stability. Fully flooded, she would lie 6 or 7 degrees over, with the sea on her starboard deck. Their advice was immediate. Get her into shallow water. By 0400 the pumps were losing. 0615. He put a 300,000-ton ship aground on purpose, for miles from her anchorage. That evening the hull made a noise they could hear on deck. By 2300 all 20 were off. She lay 20 degrees over. 2 days later the sea was up to her hatch coamings. March. 3,500 tons of fuel oil out and a 25-degree list. April and May, 145,000 tons of oil lifted out. On the 27th of May she floated again. The survey underneath ended it. Bottom and starboard plating fractured along the entire cargo length. Constructive total loss. On the 12th of June, stripped of everything hazardous, she was towed offshore and sunk in more than 2,700 meters. She lies at 0116 south, 04302 west. In February 2021, Brazil added a new sounding where she went through. 17.4 meters. In April the Admiralty added it too, and extended the 20-meter contour to enclose it. As for the shortcut, in 2019, of 1,167 outbound bulk carriers, 280 left the channel here. 12 were her size. None of them belonged to her own company. 5 things this report leaves behind. 1. An approved route protects you while you are on it. Leave it, and the new one has to be drawn. 2. A dashed contour, and a category B, are the chart telling you it is not sure. 3. A plan that sails 40 minutes late is a different plan. The tide does not wait for the pilots. 4. Asking the master why is not a challenge to his authority. It is how the rest of the bridge helps him. 5. 280 ships doing something is not proof that it is safe. Only that the water was deep enough that day. Sources and credits are in the description.